now.
Okay.
All right, and we are live. What's up, D. Darrell? Man, that was a hell of a conversation we just had, wasn't it?
It really wasn't. It was really her speaking of mine. I'm just laughing at her because it was all hilarious, man. It was all hilarious. For you all that's in here earlier and so forth, we had an interaction with the infamous person who is behind Jessica X, and it was quite a eventful situation in which I basically just listened, and the person who's operating as Jessica X was very triggered and unhinged, and said a lot of vivid things and accusations and things about me. I supposedly have different types of mental disorders and so forth, and different things like that. And I'm like, wow, she can diagnose, so I guess. But
Well, let me give a preamble here because
yes.
for those that don't know what happened, Deity emailed me behind the scenes and asked me to do a live stream with her so that she can address some rumors. Now, she didn't say which rumors in particular until I actually set up my live stream and I had her backstage. And she began to tell me that she didn't appreciate things that were said on my platform by D. Darrell. And so she went off to say everything that D. Darrell just said about how he was crazy and how he was just spreading rumors about her and he doesn't know her and all this type of stuff. And she wanted me to convey the information because she began to want to flake out at the last minute after she said she wanted the live stream. And I'm just like, okay, I don't speak for anyone. If you want to say something, you can address it on your own, because nobody can tell your story better than you. So I did give Deity the opportunity to tell her own story. She declined to do the live stream after I invited D. Darrell. Because one thing that I don't do on this platform, I don't allow people to attack other people on this platform. So I of course, the right thing to do would be to also invite D. Darrell so he can also tell his side of the story. But when D. Darrell came, Deity bowed out. So that's not looking very good. If what this person is saying isn't true, and you were the one that contacted me wanting me to have you on my show to address rumors, and then when I bring the person on that you're speaking of and you buy out, well, that makes you look bad. It doesn't look good at all.
Man, I'm gonna say this, man. It was somewhat hostile. Like my thing is that everything she said. I mean, listen, uh, you're not breaking. I don't know if she understand what confidentiality means. Meaning that I mean I had her confidence, of course, but you're not breaking any level of confidence by expressing how you. And I must just say mildly, I express mildly how she looks to everybody. I did not go into details with certain. I could have actually explained how she looked a lot more. Um, actually, I could have done that in a better manner. I could have been a little bit more exact in certain things and so forth. But I did it in a very mild manner. I mean that I just basically stated certain things about herself to give some of you all somewhat of an imaginary uh, blueprint of how she looked. I mean, I didn't speak negative of her at all. I mean, matter of fact, in our preamble situation before we went live, um, this thing about me talking negative about her or lies about, I never lied about one thing that I stated about her, and obvious from her reaction, that made it quite obvious that I was telling the truth. I mean,
Okay, well, this is her side of things from what I heard. She explicitly says that you don't know her.
that's a lie. That's a lie.
And
Every
she explicitly says that she went from being a light skinned woman to being a dark skinned woman in your description.
That's a lie. I never did. When did you hear me say she was light skinned?
I remember you saying that she looked a little bit like Irene Yvette.
Yes, she
And
does.
and, and,
A
and
little bit.
she
A
and
little
she
bit.
objects to the point of you saying that she has straight hair.
That in itself, I'm gonna say this. Now when I'm saying straight hair, I'm not saying she has straight hair in the sense of a white person or a Hispanic person. I'm saying, I mean, I don't, man, look, I'm a man. I don't even go into all of these, I guess, the type of strands of hair that you have, but she does have a very fine strand of hair. Put it like that. Okay. She
And see,
she she,
this
she
is
does
this
not
is
have.
this is why I wanted Deity to get up here herself and
She does.
and explain herself
She
because
she she does not have typical hair that black people. She does not. I guess they what 4C or whatever like type. I guess whatever. She does not have typical kinky hair that most black people have. She don't. She doesn't. And my thing to me, I guess that was the most glaring thing that I stated because I didn't go into other facial features like her eyes and lips and stuff like that. I basically said she looks a little bit kind of like Irene Yvette, except the shape of her head, facial expressions is thinner, and I talked about the type of strand of hair that she has, which is true. I'm not lying. It's not a lie. I don't have to lie about that. I said she is a very attractive woman. I didn't
well,
say
yeah, but
she.
okay, now Soup Bone is saying that I could have put you on after I did the lab with her. I did offer that. Like I said, I don't never if someone comes on my channel and they want to talk about something, I do not hit that live button unless everybody is all in. I'm a woman of integrity. If people are not comfortable, she literally, guys, when I say that she literally backed out, she just literally backed out at the last minute.
When you brought up my name, her whole situation, her whole temperament changed. When you brought up about me coming on, her whole situation changed. She became far more defensive and like, I can do this, and now you can put saying all this and saying that. I'm like, come on, man. To me, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is hilarious to see her. This is hilarious to hear her talk and act like this. It's really funny to me. It's really funny because the whole
Yeah,
thing.
and Deity still has the link. So, if
Yeah,
she wanted to come on after D Derail, or if she wanted to come on and say her piece, I could put D Derail in the back. I'm not the type of person that does ambushes, you know.
yeah.
So if she wanted to, say her piece, she could have done so, but she chose not to. She
This
backed out.
this wasn't this her idea.
Yeah, this was her
So
idea.
so
Like
so
I
so
said,
you didn't. So my thing is, I want everybody to really, for those who are listening and with great interest of trying to see the saga of Jessica X slash Deity and going jumping from platform to platform. Notice they are uncomfortable in any situation where they can't control the narrative. The same thing happened when she went on Rue, in which she came up and it was supposed to basically a pre-recording of her and Jessica X or whatever in the responses, but they never talked directly to each other, so to speak. I mean, and that's why they are in certain spaces in which they want to only talk about things in those certain spaces where they feel protected. This was a situation you didn't. I want everybody to understand. Faith did not seek Deity to do a show. It was the opposite. Okay. So how can you seek out someone to give your perspective, and then in the midst of getting ready to give your perspective, you have one little caveat of someone that you claiming is lying and saying this, saying things that are not true, and to the internet, you don't want to face them. That is so unlike this. Diddy is a very confrontational person. Matter of fact, the every panel that she gets on is confrontational. So now, why is it now
yeah,
you're
and
not being?
the conversation that we had in the back chat was very different because I've had Deity on my panel before.
Yeah,
Deity has taken over my panel. In
yeah.
the back chat, she seemed very subdued. Oh, hold on a second. Okay, this is Deity. Deity is in the back.
Okay.
Hold on, let me bring her onto the stream. All right. Now Deity is on the stream. Deity, how are you?
Oh,
I'm good. So let me
damn, I can't even.
let
Go
him
ahead.
go to the back so that I could speak real quick.
Okay, I'm D Darrell. I'm gonna drop you to the back, okay?
Okay.
All
Okay.
right, hang on, hang on. All right, Deity. So it's just me and you on the stream. If you want to address anything, now is the time.
So first and foremost, according to him, my complexion did change. According to Uppity Unicorn, I was a dark skinned person. Then I went from a brown skinned person to a middle brown skin, light brown skinned person. So that in of itself shows that this is a form of delusion, or either she's lying or he's not. But there's the stories ain't mixing up, matching up. Then you say that I have a fine course of hair, but you say that I'm a black woman. What natural black woman or pure blooded black woman has straight like type hair? That makes no sense. You don't know me. You've never seen me. You can't even keep up with your story. You don't know nothing about me. Go get you some help and leave me alone. Point blank, period. According to Uppity Unicorn, this is what she said. Diddy's a dark skinned, non racially ambiguous person. D. Darrell described a racially ambiguous person. Irene Yvette does not have broad features. D. Darrell said, I don't have broad features. I don't have a broad nose. I don't have full lips. I got straight type hair. That is a racially ambiguous person. You don't know me. You don't know nothing about me.
So
We've never.
are you saying that those descriptions are incorrect?
He does not know anything about me. D. Darrell has never. D. Darrell don't know me. Me and D. Darrell have not spoken behind the scenes about me creating a channel. Me and D. Darrell have not gotten personal with anything. And if he does know anything about me, if there was anything that I said to him, um, maybe something minor outside of what I speak about on YouTube, which it is not. All of that was supposed to be in confidence. The fact that we even spoke outside of YouTube before I got on YouTube, that was in confidence. So the fact that he would do something like that and go around talking about me like he know me, or like I did something to him, or like a scorned woman, that goes to show that there's something wrong with this man. And me personally, I'm not partaking in that. Just keep my name out your mouth and do what you do. Like, leave me alone. Leave me
Okay.
alone. Like,
But
just
now
go.
how does Uppity Unicorn know how you look?
I don't. She said D. Darrell told her that I was a dark skin. Although I was beautiful, I was a dark skinned woman. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with a person assuming that I'm light skinned. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with a person assuming that I'm dark skinned, but you don't know me. And so therefore your descriptions change every time you get to talking. You don't know me. He does not know me. So for him to go
Oh,
around
okay.
acting as though he does, that's crazy.
Wow. So,
And even if he does, again, the fact that he would do something like that, even if I did speak to him or he saw anything, the fact that he will go around telling people how I look because he's assuming whatever it is in his crazy ass mind, he's assuming that in of itself show that this is a bored, miserable person. Like YouTube drives some of these people crazy. Get a life. Get a life. And now if you want to stay on here and do what you do, just leave me alone with it. Period.
but now, how do you feel about people thinking that you are Jessica X? Because that's the big rumor that's going along right now. Rudum has said so on his channel. You were on his channel a couple of times.
I don't know nothing about that. So I can't speak to something that's crazy. I don't know nothing about that.
Well, like I told you in the back chat, Rude. Oh, how can I say? What's his name?
But I didn't come on. I don't care about all that. That's crazy. I'm not. That's
I know that you don't care, but here's the thing. This is also what's being said. Not only what Dee Rail has said, but this is the big thing. You are Jessica X. That's the big thing.
Wait, hold on. But that's not what I want. I don't care about that. So my thing is, D. Darrell, just stop lying. You don't know me. And if you want to keep lying and talking, then that just goes to show that you're a sick person. You're supposed to be a professional. You're supposed to have some form of professionalism, but you're acting like you need to go see a therapist or a psychologist and you need some medication. And half these people on here do too. Like, get a life. You're too old for this. You're too old. And you're a man, but you acting like a woman. You're sick. And that's all I got to say.
Well, up to Dee Rail's defense, now you guys have hung out with each other. You have talked behind the scenes. I don't
I've
know
never
what you
hung with D.
guys shared.
Darrell.
Now,
I've never hung with D. Darrell. I
you
don't
never.
know D. Darrell. I don't know D. Darrell outside of YouTube. I don't know him. I don't know him.
Wow. Okay, well, I'm going to let him address that when he gets up here, but you don't care that people think that you're Jessica X. Every time you get on here, this is what people are saying.
That's crazy. I'm not feeding into that. Like, they got a psychosis. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
And the mere fact that when Jessica X, I forget what panel it was that she was on, but she was talking to another YouTuber by the name of Celeste. Celeste asked Jessica if she would cam up. Jessica told her that she would cam up, and she
Okay, well then
and
that ain't
hold
got
on,
nothing to do with me. Hold on.
but
That ain't got nothing.
hold on. When
Hold up.
her accent dropped, it did sound a lot like your voice. This is what people are saying, and I heard it, and it sounded like your voice.
Okay. I mean, and that doesn't have anything to do with me.
Okay, just like you just said, okay. That's exactly how she said it.
All right, lady. Okay, so now y'all tripping. But anyways, D. Darrell, you don't know me, so keep it moving. So I'm good, and I'm about to slide off. Okay, enjoy your stream.
But hold on, but you're gonna slide off without addressing that though? So basically you hello? Oh, she gone. Oh damn. All right, D. You're
See
back.
this?
She did at least show up.
Man, I'm sorry, man. Excuse me, you guys, for laughing, but this shit is hilarious for her to be saying all this shit, man. I'm gonna say this first of all. Uh, Everything that she said is not correct. I'm not gonna go into specifics, but everything that she talked about in regards to me, first of all, I don't have to harass anybody. I don't have to go behind following. I do have a life. I have a very busy ass life, and YouTube is a very, very small part of my life. Very small part of my life, and you know that. So and so for you to say that, you're being a very, very disingenuous. The other thing, I never said she was a dark skinned person, and I never told Uppity that she was dark skinned. I said that when I first met her, when I first talked to her, she told me she was dark skinned. And matter of fact, this is not. And another thing, people see this is the
But
reason
see,
why.
this is what's bothering me because see, Deity is running off panels now. When have Deity ever ran off panels?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. She's doing a lot of things that are not that is not indicative of her behavior overall. See, what she's not understanding is that people already before this happened, people had a certain perception of her and her behavior, and now she's doing things that is pretty much going against the grain of of her behavior. You know what I'm saying? And you know, people looking at this to me, the more she does this, the more you come off as being guilty, and that something is fishy about this, which it is. And my thing is this: look, like I told her, if she listening, I care less if you're Jessica X or not. I really don't care. But notice everything that you talked about in regards to something about Jessica X or something about she's saying, well, I don't know nothing about that. They don't have nothing to do with me. It's for a reason. What she's attempting to do is try to put things on me as if I'm the person that is being irrational in this particular situation. Well, how much fucking rational can you get when you hear a person fucking voice change from being a deep feminine British voice to someone that's definitely American with more of a piercing voice, and you say cool, or I said it's cool twice, and then they ask you again, you go back to the other voice. So what am I supposed to believe? You or my lying ears? I mean, this is like.
But did
really,
you hear her say it just now? She just said cool just now, the same way she did
man,
in that
exactly.
other stream. So I asked him, like, does you hear yourself the way you said it? This sound like you.
It's a lot of things that she said, the way she spoke, the manner in which she spoke, and the things that she said. Even Rue Demp pointed that out in one of his live, how she was saying something that's not typical of what a British person would say. It was certain verse of when she was texting, when quote unquote Jessica X was texting the in the chat. She said certain phrases that sounded very American, and it's not somewhat typical of what a British person in regards to the jargon that they would speak, and so on. So my thing is that this is not a good look, Deity. For you to do this is actually making you look worse. It actually makes you. It makes it. You're creating more evidence to create doubt that you're not that we should even believe that you're not Jessica X. You're making it obvious that there's a level of guilt there. That there's some level
Right,
of
because when we talk behind the scenes, she sound like the deity, as far as the voice wise that I'm used to talking to. But her actions are not the same as the deity that I'm used to dealing with. Like I said, I've had deity on my panel before. Deity never runs. Deity have taken over my whole panel
yeah.
before.
She's taking over several shows of mine, and I was fine with. I just let her be herself. People was into it. They was in it. Blah blah blah. I mean, as long as she didn't say anything overly, crazy or whatever that could potentially get a strike or something like that on my flag on my platform, I let her do whatever. I was fine with it. So I mean, we actually agreed on probably about what 85% of certain positions. Very
Yeah,
few things we didn't agree on.
both of you were pro black. I don't know if I could
Yeah,
call her pro black anymore because she's got the situation that she claims she had with the
this
white guy,
and this
and I
this
think
whole thing.
I don't know. This is
I'm gonna say
crazy.
this whole thing about the hair, man. There are black people uh that do have two black parents that don't have typical African classic African hair that I mean as far as the kinky hair that we are accustomed to seeing. There's variations of black hair. It's not we don't have black people don't have one texture of hair. Okay. You can go to Ethiopia. Ethiopia has plenty and East Africans have plenty of people that have more of a straight, thinner type hair. There are other tribes and so forth. That African Americans, we are a diverse group of people. We all have some level of being mixed in our history, whether it's Indian or white. So you're going to have African Americans that have a diverse type of hair. Now, yes,
Well, I have heard of the Africans that have the straight hair, the blue
yeah,
eyes, the blonde hair, but that's typically not typical of an African American woman. I do not know what deity looks like. She claims that these are lies. So if these are
no.
lies,
Listen, I would say this, man. I must say this, man. I did not go. Me talking about how somebody looks is not breaking a form of confidentiality. That she needs to stop.
I think that's really a small thing.
That's weak. That is
This smells
weak.
like a deflection to me.
Yeah, that is
because
now. If I would have shown,
the real hot topic is, are you Jessica?
and
And
she,
she ran from that.
and she said, I have nothing to do with that. I don't know nothing about that. When we talked about, when you alluded to the behaviors of Jessica X and some of the things that have happened that are similar to her, she did not have an answer for that. She did not have a response for it. She strayed away from it, and then she decided to leave. Now, to me, that sounds like guilt. That seems like the kitchen is getting hot. Now you have to leave, okay? Because this the narrative is changing. Then I mean, if you want to say I sound crazy, go ahead and you can say I sound crazy all you want. You could
But no,
tell people
I don't
I
think anybody could discredit you. I mean, to me,
that
you are
shit
one
is
of the most
phony.
credible people on here, but the fact that she wouldn't face you, or, that all she had was that you're crazy and, you don't know her, all these things, but
Okay,
not really
let me
addressing the elephant in the room is, are you Jessica?
let me say this: the elephant in the room is, are you Jessica X? And it's obviously she doesn't want to confront that, which is fine with me. You missing your hustle. That's your hustle. The guys like James Whiteside, I mean, what's his name, James Jonathan Whiteside, and all these other simps that's giving $100 cash app. Shit, I wouldn't want to lose that either. I mean, to me, I don't have, to be honest with you. If she was just, I would not have an issue with it. I wouldn't.
Yeah, because I've been very respectful. She asked
Yeah.
me not to put her name put her name in the title with Jessica X. So I took Jessica X's name out of my title, and I kept it very, very I thought that I was being respectful. Okay. When she asked for you not to be on the panel while she talked, I not put you down out the panel?
Yeah. So my thing is this, man. This whole thing about me not knowing her and all that kind of shit. Don't see, she's saying this shit now because my channel is shut down and I can't show all the videos that she was on my channel. But
But what if she was the reason your channel got shut down? Because see, I'm beginning to think, and I'm really suspicious because she came to me. I did not come to her.
yeah,
Now you two are closer than she and I are. So it would seem to me that she would come to you and
yeah,
address this on your platform, and you
yeah,
would you would not attack her. You would give her a chance to speak.
yes,
You and I are pretty much the same. We're very respectful.
yeah. But she didn't. What she wanted to do was wanted to have conversation. Now this whole thing, I want to make sure that kind of piggyback on this thing about how well we know each other. I'm gonna say this: me and the person that's operating as Jessica X, we have never met face to face. And I never said that. I never said we personally met. I never told anybody that. Nobody has any content to show that I said that me and her met. But we have had discussions of and so on about us communicating offline. Okay, we have communicated offline for over 2 years, and
Okay, 2 years of communicating offline. That you guys pretty much have a repertoire with each other.
exactly, that's what I'm saying. That's why I was laughing when she was saying all this stuff. I'm like, come on, man. I'm like, and then the thing about it is that um BMT can also confirm that is also BMT can also confirm that because they've had community. I'm not sure. I think they've had. I'm not going to say for sure, but I'm going to say that BMT is a person that, because notice when she first started coming on platforms, she was on my platform first, and then she went on BMT's. She was on me and BMT's platform more than anybody else's, and then she started to go venture off to go on B1 Network. She left there because she had a lot of issues with people on there, and they was yelling, and then just um, Cynthia G cursed her out and all kind of different stuff, and then Taz cursed her out, and then she couldn't really get words in, and she left there, and then she went over there to Fantastic, Mr. Simtastic platform, and so on, and then he had the audacity to tell her he didn't want to hear nothing else about her until she cammed up. Okay.
You know what?
Yeah. This Negro, you're right. The 6'5" simp Negro actually told her, "I don't want to hear nothing else that you have to say
I
unless you
remember
cam
that.
up."
I was over there in the Fantastic Camp when he said that. Each time
Just
Deity came up, he even bumped her down, wouldn't let her speak because she didn't
exactly.
cam up one day.
Exactly. So you see how stupid this Negro look, and it's like all this shit is coming full circle. I mean, my thing is this, man, and I told her, okay, cool, whatever. She came back on the platform, but she always, will come and go, pop up, do some shows, stop, come back. We'll do a live together, this and that. I mean, but the little does she know, I have an archive. I haven't loaded all of my videos back on my channel. This is not D Darrell, but I'm loading all them goddamn videos on there, and you're gonna see
But you
some of
know what? Now it makes sense because of that archive that you have.
yeah,
I'm really thinking that it was her and Fantastic that got your channel taken down because they don't want you to have access to all those old videos.
yeah. And see another thing that happened, I was privy to this yesterday, that the Negro found out that my channel got shut down. He was laughing and celebrating for like 10 minutes
Wow.
when he learned my channel got shut down, and that's even further. My thing is, man, all this shit happening. I'm trying to drop the remix to I'm in love. I can't even do because I'm getting all this new material. I'm trying to. I don't even know where. It's almost like I'm gonna have to do a goddamn compilation video of probably about three. It's like it's a bunch of something. It's all kind of shit I want to do, and it's like every time, it's like every day a different thing happen. I feel like I gotta add and put new material into the music because of this stuff that's happening. You know what I'm saying? I was supposed to release that song about 2 weeks ago, and when all this stuff happened, I had to prolong everything. So, but my whole thing is this, man. We know each other. I mean, she could say this. You all don't have to believe me. Whoever wants to believe that I'm crazy or I'm insane, you can go ahead and over the fact. And I'm not. To be honest with you, let me just make this point. I don't run behind nobody, and I'm not obsessed behind anybody and never will and never will be. So this thing about me being obsessed and then this and that about the situation, no, I'm not. Because number one, I don't even do that much content on YouTube, period. The little content I do is a few days out the week and on the weekends. And I don't even nearly do the amount of content. Matter of fact, I've actually reduced. You have other people that are doing a lot more Jessica X content than I am. I could do a lot. I could actually do. There's enough stuff going on right now. I could do content every day on this very topic. You know what? I choose not to. I mean, my thing is that she is the one that's being sporadic in her behavior, with her communication, popping in and popping out of of panels, saying this and saying that. I guess now they're trying to discredit me. You can't really discredit me because I have not been a person that has been known to be a person that to lie and say things and put out false information. Number one, nobody can ever say that I was in there misleading people or scamming people or saying all kind. You may not agree with any of my some of my stance on certain things regards to dating, pro-black things that I would talk about, stuff on interracial dating and stuff like that. Yeah, you may and certain things. If you have certain talking points, yeah, you may not agree with me, and there's a lot of people that dislike me. But you have not known me to just go on and recklessly lie about other people and say different stuff and create all kinds of rumors. I don't do that. I don't function. I don't have time for that. That is not something that I want to
No,
engage.
that is not something that D Rail does. And also, Donald wants to know if Deity has a channel.
Nope.
Deity does not have a channel, but the D Rail, you did say that she spoke to you behind the scenes about possibly getting a channel. Would you like to
Yes, she
reiterate that?
did. And that's another thing. This is funny to hear her say this. Man, of course you're gonna try to discredit me. Of course you're gonna attempt to discredit this to make it seem like I'm the one who's lying. Man, listen, I'm gonna say this, and I just want to let this be known. This was something I had to dig back and think about the whole thing that led to the progression of Jessica X. The thing about it is, and I'm gonna say this, when the person operating as Jessica X first came on my platform back in I want to say April or May, of 2019, she came on at least 3 days a week, particularly on a Thursday, Friday, and maybe a Saturday. Oh, she'll be on there all the time to pick particular. It all depended on the topic. Okay, particularly if it was a something about the black community, because at the time when I first started my channel, I wasn't really doing a lot of manosphere content. I was doing pro-black stuff. I was doing stuff on Umar Johnson and schools and stuff like that. I was doing stuff on mental health in the black community. We was talking about politics, political stuff. We was actually talking about religion. We was talking about Hebrew Israelite stuff and the Bible. There were people debating. Like we had Queen Mayat, and so other people like that coming on there debating about the Bible, and man, we were doing all kind of stuff like that. And matter of fact, she was one that also talked about biblical stuff and different prophecies and all this different stuff like that. I mean that was what the content was about for the most part. And then,
Right. The
but
both of you, like I said, both of you were very pro-black. But
yeah,
here's a comment that I do want to address. Someone asked you a question. This is Soup Bone. Soup Bone says, D. Durrell, do you remember the name of the video you did on May 25th, 2019 that you said you were going to show people?
yes. Matter of fact, Sue Bone, I got your email because I was told that you have a lot of my videos and so forth, and so I wanted to get with you so that I can retrieve those videos back. The video, hold on, let me get to it. Let me, cause see, StreamYard, even though StreamYard saves your video, they only keep it for 15 days. So I tried to go back and get it on StreamYard, but StreamYard only goes so far. So I can look for that. Matter of fact, I was just looking at it the other day, and I've tried to recover it, but they won't. They're telling me that, hey, your videos are, they only keep it up for 15 days, and after 15 days you can't retrieve it, or then they'll say something about, because your channel was terminated, we can't go back and retrieve it. But let me look. Right, I can give it to you because I'm going back right now. So on May 25th, the video was about to go in on these Negroes. And it also said, also featuring Deity. That's the name of the video. I'm about to go in on these Negroes. So that's the name of it. And unfortunately, the biggest mistake I made was not downloading that video the night that I was working on editing it. I was actually working on the editing of that video, and I actually left it on the screen, and then when I found out that my channel was shut down, I could no longer retrieve it. So the name of that video is About to Go In Again on These Negroes, and also with featuring Deity, or because Deity was also, because there were many videos that we created in which in the video I was talking, and Deity was the co-host. Deity was a staple on my show. You could, and to be honest with you, I would actually say many people were thinking it was the Deity and D Durrell show. To be honest with you, she was on there as much. For her to sit here and say she don't know me, that's comical. That's comical.
Yeah, I think I'm more apt to believe D. Durrell because all Deity has done is said that you don't know her, but then how did she explain 2 years of correspondence? And I know that you two have been in contact with each other behind the scenes because she's even offered to do work with you behind the scenes on your music.
Yeah,
So
she talked
yeah.
about that. That's another thing we talked
But,
about.
but real quick, shout out to China White for
What's
the
up,
$10
China White?
super chat.
Yeah,
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm gonna say this. We've discussed talking offline on the show. on the actual videos. So how you gonna sit here and say? I'm like, so she's saying this shit now because my videos, man. I think they should. I actually thought that I really do think it could have potentially been. I don't know who shut down my channel. I really don't know. I really thought it was probably some of Lennon Honors people or the Afro anti Spengali, these crazy nuts fanatical people that do stuff they've known for doing this stuff. But now I'm
I
really
mean,
starting.
there's a small handful of people, like someone else said, that would want your channel shut down, D. But
Yeah, I know.
I'm really beginning to think that it was probably this whole fantastic Jessica X deity thing, because you do have a lot of videos that was on your channel that could be very damaging.
Very damaging, and that's what I was getting to see. And that's why I stated, man, that video um, that I'm referencing about. I'm about to go in again on these Negroes, um, featuring Diddy. That would have shown how Diddy, in the heat of the battle, when she was really hating with Jessica X, there's no way in hell Diddy would sit there for 5 to 8 minutes and listen to Jessica X talk and be quiet and don't say one thing. Even when she was on the panel with you just 15, 20 minutes ago, she was talking over you, talking loud and out of turn when you were trying to get words in. That's just not how she communicates. But
Yeah, like how she was when she came here. She let everybody talk. She waited her turn. I'm not used to this new deity.
yeah, exactly.
This is more like Jessica X. You know, Jessica X does that, but she'll throw a little flippancy in. She's
Yeah,
that nice nasty type thing.
yeah, exactly. So I'm looking at this like this is funny, man. I hate to be laughing like this, but this shit is really funny because I'm looking at this perspective. You're making it obvious that there's a level of guilt that you're complicit in the phenomenon of Jessica X because you're acting outside of what you usually would act in conflictual situations. You're not acting like the person that we've all been able to all know through the time that you've been in and out of YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And so, man, if she want to say, if she want to say I don't know her, okay. If you want to believe, if you all want to believe that, you all can believe that. But I just want to let you all know.
But nothing has been answered. I mean, still, I'm thinking that there's something up with this Jessica X. Even when they were both on Rue's panel, it was kind of strange how Deity came up there for like, it was literally like 60 seconds.
She jumped in and jumped off, and then she said, "Hey, twin," and then the recorded voice went back and said, "Hey, twin." I'm like, come on, man. Just matter of fact, don't you all know? I want you all to be aware that that's the first time Jessica X and Diddy ever had a response like that. That's the first time that ever
But
happened.
here's the thing: you could pre-record a conversation, because everything that Deity said, could be pre-recorded, because it seemed as if she was addressing only Jessica on the panel when there were other people there. She
Exactly.
only addressed Jessica, and Jessica made sure that she came in on cue. And
Yep.
then Deity didn't even say bye or nothing. She just hopped off, which is just very uncharacteristic. Boom, she's off. Her mic is cut. Everything's cut.
Exactly, man. And so, and people are asking me, did she really? Man, she has contacted me over the last 2 weeks. She contacted me a few days ago, and prior to that, she contacted me when everybody was trying to find out where the hell she was at, and she
But
was
she
trying to.
she she reached out to me. I have the email.
Yeah, she.
So she cannot say I'm lying, that she, because for all of you that came in here late, this is not my idea. I worked a long shift last night. I actually came home tired from work when I read her email, and I wasn't planning on going live today. But because it was Deity, and because of the situation that we have with the Jessica X scandal, and all these other things, I went ahead and decided to go live because she wanted to address some rumors. But then when I got her on the live stream, she was hesitant at first to come on, but she did eventually come on, and she spoke her piece. But all she did was just basically say that Dita Rail is a liar, and all this other stuff. with no proof behind what she's saying.
And I want to let her know, man, I'm not going to show, but like I told her, man, I'm not going to show everybody how you really look. I would never do that to anybody. I don't care if you was my worst enemy. I would not do no nothing anything like that unless you gave me permission. Look, man, I'm not. I got other shit going on. I got businesses to operate. I got payroll to pay. I got other shit I'm trying to do next year. I don't. This is not something that I don't live vicariously through YouTube. That channel shut down. I could that channel does not supersede what I have going on in real life. I mean, I got other shit. I got other important shit. I'm trying to help people find a place to stay. I'm trying to, house people with mental illness that are homeless. Man, I got way more important stuff to be dealing with than me. This is a deterrent away from the reality of the real life stuff that I have to do in real life, trying to help people, helping real people in our community that got real issues. I don't have to be on YouTube no 8-10 hours a day worrying about who did what and why. This is theater to me. It's entertainment. Entertainment also is when used correctly, it can also be informative and educational, and you can have intellectual discourse with one another. So this whole thing about me being I'm not obsessed with like really this you're trying to turn the onus on me as if I'm the one that is lying to everybody. I'm the one that's being misleading. I'm the one that is my perception is off in reality, and I'm alluding to things that didn't happen. I'm conjuring up ideas and images. I'm basically obsessed with the Jessica and Deity thing. No, I'm not, because matter of fact, you can go check out on my backup. I turned my music channel into my primary channel. I got this my other channel. This is not D Darrell will be another channel that's going to be a backup. I'm also creating another channel just so I can put my information. Just because right now I'm looking at myself as being hot in these streets, where if I say something, people trying to flag my channel down. So I gotta have backup channels, which is what I don't even have time to be managing all of that. But I just did that just so in case
Okay,
some.
so we got a troll in here. I'm not say Seer One. Say Seer One says maybe this should be the end of the discussion. Tired of Cam Gate. I did not reach out to Deity.
Yeah,
Once
she did this.
again,
She did this. This is not us. And satire, this is what people have to understand. The people who are really keeping the cam gate going is not the people who think that Deity is Jessica X. It's the people who are actually profiting. The people who are profiting is Fantastic and Jessica X. They're profiting off of this more than anybody. Fantastic constantly gets in beefs. She dropping from panel to panel. If you're innocent, why do you constantly have to go from the femininity breakdown to game changer to all of these other spaces proving yourself? If you know that you're not something, you should just move on.
oh, okay. My bad, says Sarah. Sis Sarah says she was talking to D Darrell.
Again, did I ask for this show?
No,
I was asked to come on the show.
yeah,
That,
I asked D Darrell to come because Deity was addressing him, and like I said, I don't allow people on my show to just bash any one person without trying to reach out to the other person to get their side of the story. I don't do that on my channel. I don't do the whole setup thing on my channel, and I don't let one narrative go on my channel. If I can, I always try to get the other person on.
yeah, and
So
so. Oh, go. I'm sorry.
D Darrell said some things on my channel about Deity prior, and it was just only right to have Deity on here, and she reached out to me to come on and address D Darrell. And because D Darrell did address her, I allowed her to come on and say her piece. I did not reach out to Deity. Deity asked for this interview.
Hello.
No, I was. That's all I had to say. But if anybody wants to come up to the panel and give their 2 cents on what they heard today, like I said, you can. I did drop the link down
Hold
in the
on.
chat.
It's kind of Give me 1 second. Can you
Oh,
hear me?
okay. Yeah, I can hear you. You're clear. But once again, I did drop the link down in the chat room. If anyone wants to come up and speak on anything that they just heard, you are welcome to come up. All right, D Darrell is back.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. Can you hear me? D?
Yeah, it's kind of I can hear you, but it's sounding real bad. Um, did you put a you gave me a private link, right?
Yeah, I gave you a private link, but
Could you send it to my email so I can log on my computer instead of my phone because it's not
wait,
my
hold on.
reception is.
Yeah, hold on. Let's see here. All right, I'm sending the link now as we're speaking. Okay, so I just sent the link to you, D Darrell, in your email. All right, there it goes. All right, guys. So we have 40 people watching. Please hit the like button and do share the stream. But yeah, guys, D Darrell and I, we're not keeping this Camgate thing going. Like I said, if someone contacts me and they wish to clear their name or whatever on my panel, I do offer a neutral place for people to do that. I don't do the whole, I'm going to gang up on you and I'm going to set you up. If I do have additional guests coming, I will let you know. And that's what I did. I told Deity that I did inform D Darrell that she was going to be on the show so that he would not be taken aback when, he saw the show. And I asked him, did he want to come and also say his piece? And he said that he did. So, that's how that went down. Nobody went out of their way to contact anybody. This was by request. Okay, I got you back, D Darrell. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay, you can hear me pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, you're crystal clear now.
Okay, good. I'm on my computer now, so yeah, my phone was getting bad reception upstairs. So my thing is this: I want everybody to understand this, man. The people who are benefiting from this, who are keeping this whole Camgate up, are the people who are benefiting, making money. I'm not making money off of this. Faith is not making money off of this. Rudim getting some views for the most part, but outside of that, Fantastic and Jessica X are the people who are benefiting from Camgate because, and what they're doing is they're going on platform to platform, saying that everybody should believe your lying ears and listen to and believe what the video, and don't believe what the video conclusively stated and showed that voice sounded like Diddy's voice. And notice, Faith, when you alluded to that, she didn't even want to. She was like, I don't know nothing
Yeah,
about that.
she
Anything
said
about
she didn't
Jessica?
care.
Yeah,
But
I
she
don't
said she
care.
didn't care. And I'm like, you don't care that people think that you're somebody that you're not?
Yeah. I mean, if the voice didn't sound like you, I wouldn't say it was you. But then the way you operating and rolling, that
D
makes it.
Darrell, do you know who Entanglement L is?
Oh yeah, that's one of my trolls. He's a hater of mine. That's one of Fantastic little minions. He come on my platform a lot saying dumb stuff. I don't have to
Oh,
pocket watch.
okay.
Pocket watch who? Anyway, I mean, you want me to pocket watch somebody that make probably 20 times less than what I make? Really? Anyway, but so I'm looking at it like this, man. Like, you know, when I first before the pre-show, I was sitting there listening to stuff and saying whatever. And like I said, the whole time that you talked about me, her voice got more intense. She became defensive. I'm not getting there with you, and I'm not doing this and that, and this and that. And I'm like, wait a minute. This is the first time, be honest with you, all the disagreements that me and Diddy have had, that's the first time Diddy has ever spoken ill of me in any of our interactions. and we've had huge disagreements about a lot of stuff, and not one time that we ever say anything disrespectful to one another. We had the disagreements. We never called each other names. You didn't call me crazy saying I'm psychotic and I'm obsessive compulsive and all this other stuff like that. I've never spoken. And to me, and be honest with you, Faith, have you ever heard me say one thing ill of Deity? Even in this situation, have I ever
No,
called her names?
even in this situation, you pretty much kept it pretty classy. You never really spoke
Yeah,
ill of her. You just described what you thought she looked like, and then you said like what everybody else said, that you thought that she was Jessica, and you thought that when that accent slipped, it sounded like Deity, and I heard it. It sounded like Deity, and
yeah.
a lot of other people thought it sounded like Deity. And the whole thing with Deity and Jessica X being on Rules panel together talking proves nothing, because, like I said, people can utilize voice recording and play at the same time,
Yeah,
because you can have two StreamYards up at the same time. One
exactly.
StreamYard, you can have a recording. The other one, you can have yourself responding to the recording. And then, boom, you have just tricked people into believing that you are two different people. The
And
only
that's
thing
exactly.
that is going to lay this rumor to rest is if they both cammed up at the same time and spoke at the same time, live, real
which
time.
will which will never happen. Which will never happen, because you got to understand, Faith. If that happens, the money is gone. There's no more money. you know, if they did that, the money is over. The whole novelty of Jessica X ends after that. You're not gonna have guys continuing to give money if they know the truth. They want, like you talked about, they want their dream girl, that their fantasy girl type of thing. Someone that's gonna just say what they want them to say, and you know act like a bimbo, like Jessica XX. So Sue Bone stated, he gave me a question saying that D Durrell and Jessica X were both on the same panel talking to each other. My question to D Durrell is, during the convo, why didn't you sense Jessica X was Diddy? The reason why I didn't sense Jessica X was Diddy, because I didn't even know who Jessica X was. You got to understand, when Jessica X came on my show, that was the first time me and Jessica X ever had a conversation. She came on my platform probably two or three other times, in which she came in, she said some stuff to the chat for maybe 5 minutes. She spoke to certain people and then she left. That was it. Me and Jessica X, we didn't even have direct communication in the chat room. That was the first time that me and her ever had an interaction. That was the first
Okay,
time we.
Soup
Oh, go
Bone
ahead.
also says he's rebuttaling you. He says, but the voice changer can't change your pattern of speech or your personality.
How do you know that? And how do you know it was a voice changer? We don't know what type of app she used. We don't even know the technology that she used. Is no and see this is this is
But here's the
where.
thing, but Deity's personality is changing before our very eyes right
Yeah, it's
now.
changing now. Yeah, it's changing now. But I guess I'm assuming he's talking about the event in which we heard the different voice when it went from the Jessica X to Diddy saying, I'm cool. I said I'm cool and stuff like that. If you can't use your own common sense, that's on you. I have no defense of people that don't want to believe that what they're listening to. I can't. I don't know what to tell you. If
Okay,
you
well,
refuse.
I'll tell Soup Bone this, not to cut you off, but here we have Deity, a take charge type woman. Don't let nobody get a word in edgewise. Very strong presence on panels. Overtalks everybody. Don't let nobody get a word in. She doesn't wait her turn. She just jumps out there. She overtalks everybody. Then she comes here. She's totally different. She's waiting her turn to speak. She's not very bold or abrasive, and she's very defensive, and she's running. That's a whole personality change.
Yeah, that is not indicative of her behavior. She'll take on questions, say whatever. She'll debate you to the very goddamn end. to try to get the last word. I mean, that's just what she is, and people enjoyed seeing that, But my thing is this. Again, I want everybody to know. You didn't hear me saying, Diddy, come on. You never heard me say anything about Diddy come on my show and do a one-on-one. I never even asked her to do so. I've never asked her to come on my show to do anything. For those that think I'm trying to, I'm not. It's nothing for me to let go. You all heard what you heard. I mean, I'm starting to question the intelligence of some of these people. I'm like, so you mean to tell me you don't believe your own ear because somebody telling you that it's not me, but you hear the voice that definitely sounds like somebody, you're going to believe the person said? I mean, that makes no sense. I'm gonna just say you have to question yourself. Questioning me, I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, for today,
Well, let me
that wasn't.
welcome CK to the stream. What's going on, brother?
What's
I
up,
know that
CK?
you're traveling. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on? I see you all are still on it. That's great. So I just want to kind of quickly weigh on my thoughts on everything. Basically, what I think is that what you all are not seeing is Deity being he is. So walk for a second.
I can't hear him.
Let's say who's either.
Yeah, you're breaking up pretty bad.
Okay, let me pull over. Let me pull over. So just you and Dita Rep, I'll pull over.
Okay, go ahead, D.
Okay, so my thing is this, man. The conversation, the communication, her whole communication on YouTube and off of YouTube is not consistent with how she would really behave in other situations. Look, I mean, I don't want her to think I'm trying to come between her making money off of Jessica X. That's not what I'm doing, because I care less. If you want to make money being Jessica X, hey, more power to you. It don't matter to me one way or the other. So I'm not trying to come between anything. I'm just saying what the obvious. I know what I heard, and nobody's going to tell me. I don't care. Anybody may say about technology, this and that. I know what I heard, and it was live. This was live. This was not something that was contrived. This was live, natural, where somebody was talking, and in the midst of them talking, the accent left and the whole voice changed. Come on, we
Well,
got
my
to
whole
use.
thing is I'm with her. If she want to make a fool out of Fantastic and Manosphere
Yeah,
3.0, I am all for it. As a matter of fact, I will now be team Jessica X from here on out.
exactly.
Be-
I'm good with it, and you ain't gonna get no pushback from me.
Mm-mm,
I'm fine
no.
if you get money making them look stupid.
But just, Deity, hit me up behind the scenes and hip a sister to it. You know what I'm saying? Then, I'll be quiet. I'll let you get your money. You know what I'm saying? Make a fool out of them fools. Let them go ahead and, drop them $100 super checks. I'm
Exactly.
all for you making a fool out of them. But
Yeah,
don't
like
come over
Jerome
here
Walker.
and act like we crazy, like we didn't hear what we heard.
No, y'all not crazy.
Oh,
Go
there
ahead,
you
CK.
go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So what my theory is that Deity is a stereotype just like Jessica X. So what I experienced when I first met D. Durrell on a panel with Deity, that was a stereotype of what someone who is either non-black or someone who's black but never been around black people thinks of black people. If you just really go back and really just think about it, everything that Deity has said, how she's acted, it's kind of like a stereotypical black woman. And somebody would be able, we get that simply by watching YouTube panels and just seeing how we interact with each other. Because when it comes to black women, unfortunately, you have the angry black woman as a stereotype. So, that stereotype is loud, ignorant, she's cursing, over-talking people. And Jessica X is pretty much a stereotype of a British person. That's why so many people have come forward and said that Jessica X doesn't really sound like things that a British person would say, because that's also based off a stereotype. So so what I believe is the person who came on the panel today, that's the real person. So it's not like Deity is Jessica X or Jessica X is Deity. It's really like a third person who is portraying to be both things. And that's the reason why she's acting different and sounding different. If Deity was sincere, she would have went and contacted D. Durrell and went on D. Durrell's panel like she normally would. But she's not being sincere. She thought this was going to be an easy interview, and she thought she was going to be able to take over the panel, say what she had to say, and then later on, Jessica X using this interview or one-on-one to justify why they're both not the same person.
And here's the thing too. I'm not to cut you off, but when we were in the back chat, she kept putting me on hold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, does she do that with you a lot, D. Durrell? I mean, I found that to be odd.
No, man. Usually, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. When we were talking, it's her talking a lot. I'm answering questions. I may talk for 15 seconds and she talking for the next 2 or 3 minutes. She talks a whole lot more. I mean, and I'm not a very talkative person, for one, but she's never constantly, it's never some inconsistency in the communication where she like, hey, hold for 10 seconds, let me come back, stop.
Yeah, because that's what she did. Because I told her, I said, I gave her 3 key questions that I wanted to ask her. I told her, I said, when you get on here, I'm going to ask you about the Jessica X cam thing. I told her I was going to ask her about that. I gave her the 3 key things. I told her I was going to ask her about some of the things that you said about what she looked like. And I told her I was going to ask her what she thought about the whole voice change situation and how she can explain why that sounded so much like her voice. I told her the 3 questions that I would ask her. And then she put me on hold.
Yeah.
And then she came back and then she started kind of backpedaling, like she wanted to backpedal out of the interview. And I was like, well, she wanted me to, convey her thoughts. And I told her, I said, I don't speak for anybody. I said, nobody can tell your story better than you. I said, and here's the other thing. I said, I'm going to invite D. Durrell to come. I was like, would you be adverse to that? Because if she was, then I would not have you on with her. And I told her that. But then when I asked her that, I got put on hold again.
Yep. I'm like, what the? I'm just listening, man. I'm like, the way she rolling is funny, man. So all this shit don't make sense how she acting, but I'm like, it is what it. To me, all it does is create. Her whole behavior today doesn't do anything but create more questions. It doesn't do anything to make people think, oh, that's definitely not the case. What you have done was created more questions about the whole situation.
Yeah, she did. But I'm sorry, I cut CK off. CK, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Hopefully you can hear me. Can you all
Yeah,
me? Yeah, she kept putting you on hold because whoever she's working with in the background, she was checking with them to see if they approved or did not approve of what you were wanting her to do. That's the reason why she kept putting you on hold. Because she's working as a team with someone else or some other people. See, if you're just talking, you don't have to put someone on hold and then come back and continuously do that every time you're presented with a question or information. It's because whoever she's working with or whoever was near her, she wanted to run it by them to hear their thoughts on it. So in my opinion,
you cut out. He went out again.
And that's the thing. But that's what Rudim also stated. He thinks that she's working with a team of people. Either Fantastic is in on it or he's not in on it. Either way it go, he looking crazy either way. If he's in on it, he's still looking crazy because the way he went above and beyond to do stuff makes him look suspect. And if he didn't, he looks even more crazy. So he is the person that has the most to lose, in my opinion, because he the one that's been, he the one pumped her up and did all this stuff, and now it's kind of hurt. Everything is coming back to him in regards to what she does and what she says. So
Absolutely. Okay, well, CK dropped off, but I do have BMT on the live stream now. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
what's up, B?
What's going on, D? What's going on, fam?
What's going on, man?
Not too much, not too much. So I see that DD trying to contact y'all. He been done reached out and tried to contact me a long time ago, but I didn't really care too much for all the stuff. I find this stuff interesting, and it's like playing a board game. But some people are too heavily vested in this and actually doing conducive things. So um, I ain't never. I ain't listen. I ain't going to. I listen, y'all. So many people going too hard. It's like you think y'all digging up Mona Lisa or the Da Vinci Code or some stuff. Like thou shall not fight for punani that is not yours. Like what I'm saying. I understand that's your friend, but y'all don't know these people like that. Like what I'm saying. Like y'all don't. But I never understand for these people that have so much of an angst against um uh uh black women, but you're defending a black or a mixed woman. You're defending this woman. That very much blows my mind. It's contradictory. I'll say, this is the proxy that a lot of these impressionable young people. I want to say, your mind is young, because you're doing all this for punani that don't even fuck with you. Excuse me. I shouldn't be cursing on fake thing. But y'all done. This is why it's hard to take it serious. You know what I'm saying? And it's a joke. I done shown some of these videos taped to like friends out for Black Friday. I was sitting down showing other men and people, and they were like, "Wow, what's wrong with these people?" And I was like, "I don't know. Like, how you gonna clown on OnlyFans girl and y'all following the OnlyFans girl? See what I'm saying? You see the contradictory in that? You got smoke
Yeah.
for OnlyFans girl, but you following the OnlyFans girl. You know what I'm saying? Some of these people got some double lives, and I be trying to say, for any of y'all women defending this woman, she don't think much of black women. I'm just being honest. Like I said, y'all can say what I say, but you know what? But I was very impressed to seeing the women having a colorism talk. And I was very proud of them for doing that, because that means they're taking the power from these goddamn degenerates. You know what I'm saying? 2021 going to be really rough for a lot of y'all. As I said, 2020 was just us peeling at the scab, but 2021 is going to be really rough. And you know what I'm saying? The Deity thing, you know what I'm saying? Deity, I ain't never had no smoke. We've been done with arguing, especially when, during her, her Hebrew Israelite days, but and that's what I'm saying. D. Darrell will tell you. That's why when y'all be trying to tell me, but BMT is in with Didi. Listen, y'all must not know. D. Darrell will tell you. Me and Didi used to argue every other day on his panel, every other day, and I'm telling y'all, like I said, it's very interesting. We never saw her face. She has an interesting checker background. Kind of their backgrounds kind of are similar. Very similar about some things that they talk about and do. It's just that one pretends to be, pro blackity black, but then when the minute she acted docile, y'all go, ooh. I said, wait, all she had to do was just lower the tone of her voice, and y'all just fell for her that easily. Damn, that's some video call girl stuff right there. But again, that just shows you that literally the sexual market, some people probably ain't getting no play at home. But there ain't no way no woman on YouTube should get you that riled up that your woman at home cannot do for you. You follow me? Ain't no way. Ain't no how's that? I mean, were you putting the speaker to your goddamn nutsack? So
But a lot of these guys don't have a woman at home.
that is true.
Exactly. I was about to say shit. They woman. A lot of them ain't probably touch a woman in 5 years.
See now that right there is very unhealthy. See, around that time, that would listen. I know y'all want to be in a safe space, but y'all need to come out of this space that you feeling in. But it's like when you haven't seen light for a while, but then when you try to step in the light, you can't handle it because you've been so deprived of it, so it hurts you. That's what y'all are doing to yourself. You're so submerged in this darkness point of view that literally it's messing you up. So when you see something realistically going, listen, y'all, I don't know. It's 2021, man. Things are getting real out here, man, and y'all gonna have a hard time. Then that showing y'all how black people voted, black men and women were voting. So that just shows you that black men and women, they ain't banging as hard as y'all think that y'all be pushing out there. They can't be, but they all were on one accord on what they were going to vote for. And that's literally right there in front of the whole United States. So I don't know why when y'all saying there's a great divestment world of the apocalypse, listen, stop, man. Y'all been following this avatar, this voice for so damn long. Like, damn, y'all think y'all niggas would be in church by now. You know, and I'm just saying, man, it don't look good for these high value men to fall in love with a voice. That don't sound like no man with no type of values or money. And y'all women that are dumb enough to go run behind these like sheep, y'all some fools. She not too long ago, some of these same type of woman, I don't know who the hell, what spirit it is, was clowning on black dark skinned women, and y'all following behind this crazy broad.
But here's the thing: what women are following behind Jessica X? There's only two women that really continuously follow behind Jessica X. That's that Melody chick, and she's retarded, and Sister George. That's it.
Who's Melody?
Now it's other women. It's other women. Faith. They're not necessarily in this sector of YouTube, but there are other black female content creators that have supported Jessica X 100%. That's several women.
But she clowns.
That's several of them.
But she clowns.
Yeah.
But she clowns y'all. That's
well, I know that Uppity said that she tried to be friendly with her in the beginning, and then Jessica attacked her. Celeste said that she tried to be friendly with her in the beginning, and she attacked her. Me and Jessica was cool in the beginning, and then she began attacking black women, and that turned me off. But every time a woman in her right mind gets close to Jessica, Jessica runs them off some kind of way.
Y'all gotta say, see, you can't trust. Listen, man, y'all ever heard that where there's a female that says, "I only hang with the men, but I don't fuck with the women." They'll say some shit like that. You gotta start questioning yourself. What is it about you that you can't be around your own gender or people? You feel me? Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you saying? Like, are you a slave?
That's an insecure woman, BMT.
But you get what I'm saying? Like, what is it about you? Because you already know the minute you say something against the grain, they're gonna attack you. The minute you say something against the grain, they're gonna attack you. They can't. I deflect them arrows all the time, man. But again, I look at that. I'm like, yo, why would you support something that disrespects you? Like on a daily basis. Like I don't play. Like I understand the colors game, but I don't got no. Like me and Rashida, we cool. You know what I'm saying? We talk. I help. I be a supporter of her play and her books. You know what I'm saying? So, but when I watch a bunch of y'all purposely attack somebody just for the come up, that says a lot about your character, man. And no offense, but some of y'all are darker than Rashida. So And I'm like, what the fuck? How y'all clowning on somebody that don't clown on y'all? We have never really seen Rashida. I mean, other than going after Tommy, but
No, Rashida don't really bother nobody.
she don't bother them. She be in her
Nope.
own damn. She don't. But if that's y'all greatest come up is attacking a black woman that literally just trying to promote her play and her books, and that's literally where we saw so many people start showing their true color. And I'm like, some of y'all literally, how y'all talking about the woes of mama hurt you, but then you hurting other people out there like that? What kind of motherfuckers are y'all? Y'all literally are pieces of shit. Y'all can say what y'all want to say.
Now, let me address this comment. Miss J says, but if black women say anything about Jessica, it's the men who will attack those women and call them jealous, ugly, dark skinned, etc.
Those are colorists. Those are men who are colorists.
Yeah, those are
It's not.
colorists.
We got to quit using words to make it seem like it's the majority of a black man. No, it's the men in the manosphere who are colorists who do that. Like Mr. Fantastic, he's a colorist. He has self. He hates his own skin. He hates women who reflect his own skin. That's why he says shit like I only like light skinned women because of self hatred, and that's what the fundamental foundation of colorism is self hatred. And so right. the thing about it is that you are, and in a sense, when we want to understand from my position and looking at the colorism situation, there are a lot of black men who are apathetic toward black women claiming issues of colorism as far as how men treat them based on their color. But when we talk about it on YouTube and these particular spaces, is guys within the manosphere in certain groups that are where everybody's a colorist and they think ill of typical looking black women in a certain way, and anything that looks ambiguous or exotic, they put a higher value on that. And to be honest with you, usually when you hear that, it's usually in those spaces. Those there are certain spaces when we talk about more standard looking black women or whatever that have typical features, they'll get up there and just like Jerome Whiteside calling black women colored, these colored women and dumb shit like that. Or then you got people talking about, I like somebody that's mixed and they got this, they don't have, typical black features and this and that. You got to be mixed with something to be attractive. So and that's the reason why they're going out to these different countries where these people are more mixed or have more, other things as far as the Afro Latinos and so forth that have more of an exotic, more of a ambiguous look to them and so forth. That's why they travel out and doing those different things. So it's all stemmed in self-hatred. But there are certain groups that's what they value. They value that. And so when a person like me comes in and say something different, then all of a sudden I'm the simp. I'm caping for, when I say something about giving out a shutout to dark skinned women, I get criticized for it. So the very men.
But let me real quick introduce Miss J to the stream because she's been waiting patiently. What's going on, sis? I see you down there in the chat.
Nothing much, Faith. I just had to push back just a little bit. We cannot put Jessica X on black women. I'm sorry. That can't be done. I know, but I'm saying this: black women are not her major support group. We don't defend her. Matter of fact, black women have been ripped to shreds because they were the main ones calling out her bullshit for a long time. I mean, now it's popular to kind of, ask, the questions about her, but for the longest time, black women have been calling her out on her bullshit. So, I mean, I just had to say that we got ripped to shreds. We were jealous. We were dark skinned. We were fat. We were ugly. We were old. We were all this kind of stuff for months. People were throwing that chick up in our face all the time. So I think I'm not talking about YouTube specifically, but I'm saying the people who are now, starting to realize, wait a minute, things aren't looking too kosher. We've been calling it out for a long time.
Exactly.
People threw it up in our face. So I mean, a lot of people have tried with this chick to say, okay, we're not gonna we're gonna go ahead and let some stuff slide. We're gonna try to go ahead and be the bigger person. Support a black woman. We try to do that stuff with her, and every single time that happened, this chick stabbed us in the back. So the rest of us is just sitting back laughing. I'm personally laughing at this whole thing because I saw this coming a long time ago because it was obvious. But I held my tongue and held my fire and just sat back and said, okay, I'm gonna wait for it to basically show what was obvious from the beginning. It don't take a rocket science to see where this was gonna end.
And shout out to Third Ward Colombian. Third Ward, I don't know what happened to fourth quarter talk. Someone says you guys have another channel. I don't have access to that channel, so if you could, you're an admin, post the new channel down in the chat room so that I can subscribe to the new channel.
That's it. I think.
But yeah, there's someone in the back room by the name of Des, D-E-S, and once again, for people I don't know, I always ask, does anyone know who this is?
Yeah, I know of a Des, D-E-S.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know of him. I've seen him before. I mean, I've seen him in chats before.
Oh, okay. So this person is cool to let on.
Okay.
Yeah. I've seen him I've seen him on platforms before.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna add Daz to the stream. Welcome, Daz.
Oh, what's up, y'all?
Hey,
what's going on?
How's my audio?
You're sounding clear.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think D Darrell has bigger problems than worrying about Deity. You just got your channel taken down, and I expect better from the BBN. Y'all are worrying about this Camgate. As long as y'all troll on the internet, I'm not participating.
Okay. Well, I don't. Oh, go ahead,
Des.
D.
Yeah. First of all, Des, this show was not our idea. First of all, and nobody's worrying about that. And my channel to me is very insignificant to my life. In the first, I can get all my channels shut down. That's not going to stop me from doing anything that I do in my real life. So I think you're putting a higher value on something that really doesn't have that much value to me. This is a hobby. This is not something that I controls or is very influential in my day-to-day functioning per se. This show itself, nobody's trolling anybody because this was not our idea. This was Deity's idea. She left. So if you want to criticize anybody for doing anything, please criticize her for not showing up and keeping her word to do the show. This was not our idea. It was her.
I didn't mean to come off as disrespectful, man. It's my first time on this platform. I really don't come on panels or whatnot.
So hang on, right. let me help you with something. Okay. So so when it comes to BBN, which now that's in our territory. What we do on our singular channels versus what we do on BBN are two separate entities. Okay. BBN is its own entity. We have a mandate of stuff that if Faith does something on her one channel, what she does on the BBN channel is a whole other entity. Same thing for D Darrell, CK, myself, BMP, Ray. We have different stuff that we put out there on there, mind you, that literally is for any and everybody. That literally is it's at a balance. There is no trolling, there's no attacks, there's none of that stuff on the BBN network. They literally all that stops at the door. Like that's not even allowed on the channel. So, but we'll see that the somehow that I don't know how the trolling. Mind you, Deity has made requests of us different members to actually talk about this thing. I got a hit up. I just didn't respond to it. Faith got hit up. The Darrell has been hit up. It's just that they chose to talk about it. Other than that, for the most part, as a collective group, we do not pull. We don't do trolling. We don't do attacks. We don't do colorism attacks. None of that stuff. Not on the BBN. So I'm just setting the record straight. That's not the BBN mandate. Mind you, our biggest show that we did as a collective was when we were talking politics. You saw us all dressed up professionally We were all done up, and we were talking about politics. So when we do skits and different other stuff, BBN is a whole different entity that is separate from Manosphere, Pill Logic, any of that stuff. It has nothing to do with it. So we just want all y'all to understand that is not a space for any of this stuff going on here. That's not a space. BBN is something totally different. Go ahead.
And shout out to cousin Tay Tay. She says, so did y'all find the identity of Deity yet, or is this to be continued? Taylor Scott, we have not found out anything. Deity asked me if she could do a one-on-one, and then she flaked out at the last minute when I told her that I would have D Darrell on, but then she changed her mind and got on after she heard D Darrell saying some things she didn't agree with. It was very brief at the time that she was up here, but basically she disagreed with D Darrell's description of how she looked. She did not, she was not interested in debunking anything regarding her being Jessica X. She said she did not care about that. So I'll just let that statement stand by itself. So as it stands, she has not debunked anything, to answer the question. But
I mean, but at the end of the day, does it really matter? We all know that whatever people are presenting is not the truth. So, I mean, I don't even really care what her real identity is. We all just know that part's not real.
I'm going to say it does, because of the negative things that she has said about African American women. She has said some dreadful things about Black women.
I mean, she's in that space. That's kind of what happens over there. I mean,
yeah, but if you're a woman, but if you're a female, no, but the thing about it is, she actually flipped that, in which she got her notoriety by talking ill of Black women among Black men who agree, and then she began to change her tune to the fact of, I'm cool with Black women. I've never said. She actually lied and said she never said one bad thing about Black women. She took
I'm
down
not debating it. I'm saying, yeah, she is a liar and she is a fraud. But I'm saying that's kind of par for the course over here.
But my thing.
I mean,
is
I guess I've been in this section too long where I've seen those kind of people do that shit all the time. That's standard procedure, pretty much.
Yeah. So she. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, but that's the issue. So if you're going to say something, you can't complain when now all of a sudden we want to run your card. You can't be talking about somebody else's credibility, but then all of a sudden I find it interesting. You wanted to run the China white credibility card, but then all of a sudden I'm like, okay, so now when we checking your card, oh, why is everybody trying to find out about why is that? Let's hold the fuck up, man. So really you try to drop times, but now all of a sudden, see that's that victim card. You want to throw the shade on some people, but then now so now when it's coming around, oh well, wow, I can't believe y'all attacking me. I can't believe y'all doing this. And see, that's the thing about I hate about this space. It's like, don't talk it if you ain't ready for everybody to dog it. That's why I made that show. Hey, don't start talking about the community or the culture, but then when it's our turn to actually start doing the doxing and find out who you are, all of a sudden, well, I was just talking and just calling out okay, so now we calling you out. Now we get to ask, who are you? But if you're gonna damn me, you best believe you better have a good goddamn casket. But I want to know. But I definitely want to know what's good. I don't mind.
I'm saying I'm agreeing with you. That happens all the time. I'm not disagreeing with that part. I'm just saying this story has been told time and time again. The character's name just changed. People like her, whether it be male or female, they do this shit all the time. All the time. And there's going to be another one coming around behind her just as fast. Because that's just what they do. It's not surprising at all. And not shocking at all. They always do this. I can see where this was going to end months ago. Because this happens all the time. They always do that. They come out to be pro-black and they talk a whole bunch of shit about Black people and then come to find out they really hate. They talk about much shit about Black people as white supremacists do. It's just,
and not to cut you off, Miss J, but I just had to time somebody out. Look, If you guys don't like what is being discussed here, you have other options. Nobody's twisting your arm. Nobody made you click on the video. Nobody made you stay to listen. So
I'm
if I
saying
get
those are
one
her
more person,
fans.
I get one more person in my comment section acting a fool as if you don't have other choices, you will be blocked indefinitely. We deal with grown folks over here, not children. But continue.
No, I'm saying people like that. Those are her fans who are deliberately coming over here trying to derail the conversation. They don't want the truth to come out about what's happening because it makes them look dumb because they fell for this bullshit for a long time. So they're gonna come over here and name call, try to get your attention, talk a whole bunch of shit, and so you can stop talking about the real truth and talk about them doing dumb shit. They do this all the time.
It's wild.
It's typical. They do it all the time. Every time you come out and try to tell the truth of what's happening, all of a sudden they come in and try to do this kind of stuff. It's typical.
So no wonder that's why, like I said, man, y'all can't be clowning on these people. That's why I said, like, YouTube done shown me so much. Like, if I want to see failure, I just got to come to YouTube and watch motherfuckers like pile up in the chat and say some crazy shit. And I know, see, that's the thing about it. Like, that's what I'm saying, man. It's hard to take this space seriously, man. When fucking Avatar Jesus is literally running all these people, man. And I'd be like, yo, at some point, man, enough is enough. Like,
But you have to realize we put so much money into things that never benefit us as a group. Look at how long
Yep.
we put money into the black church. And what have we gotten in return for this?
Now you have a bunch of pimps and players who want to be preachers who are just trying to make money. That's all they're doing. They don't give a damn one bit about the community. The church used to be a place you got shit done. But all they saw was dollar signs, and now you get people who can't build nothing.
Not
but
a
their
thing.
car roster and how many homes they get. Because
so
we keep falling for the nonsense.
But then by default, then that's what pretty much can say happened to this space. You
Yeah,
feel me?
Yep.
That's by
it
default.
is.
But whenever I see y'all women argue, I don't get involved with women having their discussion. Actually, you heard what I said, Miss J, when the thing with the Nyla and all the other women and all the stuff went on.
Mhm.
I said, yo, men, y'all shouldn't have shit to say. Y'all
Yeah,
back out of it. That's between the women. Oh,
because it's not a black manosphere thing. No, that's the thing. People want to act like it's just one side. It's not. Anytime you try to get some, because I was over there with the Black Women Empowerment Group, and as soon as you tried to get something done, here come the foolishness. It's sad. They start competing with each other. Somebody else is getting more views. Somebody person that has more subs. Some people are getting more donations. They're getting more. It's just, and then they just start snitching on each other, dragging each other down, sabotaging each other.
That's because a lot of these people, this is their main source of income.
Yep.
I'm saying
this is not my main source of income. I do other things outside of YouTube to make money. So I don't rely on this. That's the reason why I don't, cam up. I don't, go online as often as people would like for me to, because I got a life. I got other stuff that I'm doing.
But I'm saying that's why I still fuck with you though, because you're not like that. But I'm saying if you see the fraud over and over and over, you can start spotting it real quick. And I'm saying this is not nothing new. And unfortunately, I'm saying we as a people, we need to stop falling for these bullshit because it's always going to happen. The more we keep falling for it, the more you're going to have these type of folks. And you're right. They're only doing this for their own self-promotion. They don't give two shits about our community at all.
At all.
They can throw us, if they can throw us to the clan for $5 for a $5 super chat, they would do it without hesitation.
Most of the manosphere really don't care about the black family or the black community. When you really listen to it,
it ain't just the black manosphere. I'm just saying it's not just the men. It's not just the manosphere. It's a lot of them.
Yeah, I just want to point them out. Yeah,
I
want to speak specifically about them because these are guys that claim that they are for black men, but every time you look around, you chastise and you're not doing anything of any consequence for black men. And whenever we deal with issues from a societal standpoint that affect black men, you basically support other people. Black men get shot, you supporting, you talking about, well, he should have did this and he should have did that, and he's unarmed. Like anything
we'll have 8-hour videos about how wrong this black person is, and that's the reason why niggas it is this. They sound just like white supremacists.
Exactly.
And you'll have black women talking the same shit. It's sad. It's really depressing when you just listen to them.
What really depresses me is that there are actually black women that cape for Jessica X avatar just as much as black men do.
Yeah.
And they will sit up here and they will also participate in setting up other black women to be bashed and talked down on. And I have pointed out certain women that I believe are guilty of this.
Yeah.
Yep. True.
And then when you stop messing with them, all of a sudden, well, the reason why they don't come to my channel, the reason why they don't listen to me, because they don't want to take accountability. They don't want to hear the truth. No, you sound like a white supremacist.
Or they accuse you of not being able to hold your own after you've been ambushed.
Exactly. It's just nonsense. They live for drama. That's all it is. They're not trying to solve anything.
Why would
I want everybody to understand. Before we went live, and I'm gonna let you know, I just want to say this quickly. I actually encouraged Faith not to do the show. I told her don't do it. I encouraged her to not even do this show. When she told me about the circumstances and what was going to go down, I said, Faith, for those who think people trying to clout chase to do this, I told Faith, don't do it, but this will make good theater. That's exactly what I stated. I said, don't do it, but if you want to do it, it'll make good. But I encourage you not to do it. And then you was like, hey, I'm gonna give you the link. Do you want to come up? She said, this and that. I said, okay, cool. I mean, because I'm supposed to be watching the Saints right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to be watching my team right now, So I mean, I had other things planned to do. So I mean, this is not like we woke up this morning trying to see if we can cage Deity into a corner to admit what she's doing. That's not the fact. So they the one who need this because they're the one who making money off of this.
I was told I stalk black people or harass or attack black men, and I said, damn, boy, y'all must not watch my channel to see with the stuff listen, I've had time where I'm like, yo, bro, I'm one of the few black men on this damn space that shows a black family. BMT, the first thing I'm gonna tell y'all. Let me tell you something real, and I need to find the channel. I mean, the first time I told people I had a black woman family, and literally the first thing Jessica said is, BMT, she's gonna divorce you, and I said, damn. I said, you don't know shit about me. But the first thing you told me was she's gonna divorce you. I said, so you actually take hold that. I said, well, that's interesting. Why would you say that? Very offensive. Yeah, the boy's in the car, Mom. The boy's in the car. Now, yes, the boy's in the car. Which girl's that? So the thing about it is this. Now, mind you, I live in like I said, my family, we live in a well-to-do neighborhood. Well-to-do. We do very well. We make money. We own businesses and stuff. But the thing about it, and that's the thing about it, I get tired of always hearing the black poverty, woe is me, we suffering. Like, there are a lot of us blacks out here that are killing it, that are making good money, vehicles, taking care of our children and our family and stuff. But the narratives I keep hearing about everybody eating goddamn chitlins and goddamn cornmeal off the ground is killing me staunchly. So whenever we try to have the positive conversations, y'all don't give a shit to listen to that. Whenever it comes time to us talk about health or mental health, I've watched D. Darrell do shows talking about mental health. Probably be 4 or 5 in the chat, if that. I can watch. Probably can have Miss J, and probably Miss J. Kai could do a show talking about insurance. Probably one person be in the chat. Anytime we do something that actually wants to promote the well-being of blacks, this space does not give a damn.
No, they don't.
But and you tell the truth. People want to put it on the content creators, but it's not the content creators. The content creators are chasing after what works. And in this space, dysfunction, stupidity,
And
drama
like you said,
works.
Yes.
you know what I'm saying? But again, exactly. I have to be honest. Like whatever, it's like they only are operating onto the supply and demand. See, I understood why O'Shea said, "I'm not coming back." Why would I come? He's in a good, positive space. After a while, y'all don't get tired of negative. It's for somebody who for a lot of y'all who say y'all hate the negativity and all this stuff. Y'all sure do like watching and eating that shit
Mm.
up. But the
The
minute we
numbers tell the facts. The
no,
numbers tell the truth. The
exactly,
numbers don't
Exactly.
lie.
the minute, but literally, the minute we do something like it blows my mind. The minute we do a show of talking about black men with black women, got a problem with that. Oh, I got some interesting emails with me doing a show with Brandy. Shout out to Brandy. Why would you help a black woman get to 1,000? Why wouldn't I help her? I mean, shit, she's over here supporting me. I'm supporting her. But see, me supporting a black woman, that was a problem. But so y'all want to talk about black men and black women working together, but y'all have a problem with supporting each other or putting your time and your money behind. See, that's why I said some of y'all ain't y'all not built for relationship or marriage. But that amazes me. Y'all always have it in at the tip of y'all tongue talking about what black men and black women should be doing. Y'all don't want to go out on dates. You don't want to court. You don't want to actually put money down. You don't want to take care of each other, but yet you always want to tell other people what to do with their lives. But when it comes time for us to check you, hey, where's your kids at? Oh, well, the black woman took my kid away. Did she really? Or were you just a piece of shit parent? Well, that black man, he ain't doing right by me. Did he really? Or you chose a nigga who did it. You just didn't give a damn about you popping out a baby. You see, let's be real. Miss J, that's why I like Miss J and Faith and D. See, they spot the bullshit like I do. Just say, just tell us the real. What really happened? What really went on? Nigga, I ain't gonna never get caught doing no fucking over 10-hour drive for no punani. What the hell? Oh Lord have mercy.
And you get
That,
turned around.
But that's also the thing. That's the thing that's so frustrating. They're not content enough to ruin their own lives. They want to spread their stupidity and dysfunction around to everybody. This stuff goes around worldwide. And they spend, grown ass people who are like grandparents out here in their 60s, 8 to 10, 12-hour videos just doing nothing but just destruction. And it's like, I almost feel like ask them, do you not see what you're doing? People who are
Nope.
young, who still have a chance to maybe not make the mistakes we've made, you're out here making sure they not only make the mistakes we make, they make it even worse. And it's both sides to be doing that kind of stuff for years. It's just like after a while, you're just like, wait a minute. Y'all have not learned yet that this does not have a good outcome. I could see it first if you didn't know. You know what I'm saying? You going out on faith, you're thinking you're doing the right thing, you know what I'm saying? But then you see how horrible it ends up because you've seen it over and over and over, and you're still out here doing it. That's the part that amazes me.
So, Ms. J, how long have you been on YouTube?
Well, I've been listening since my mom first started having health issues. I'm gonna say 2014.
Oh, you've been there a while. Yeah, you seen
Yeah.
the development of how
Yeah.
this
Yeah. And I'm saying I went to first. I was going towards the black women. I saw that was a fuckery, and I was like, okay, let me see the other side, and that was like terrible too. And you every little section you try to go to like get away from like the stupidity, you find out is just it's all over. It's not just that's what I'm saying. It's not just one section. It's not just the black manosphere. The black women do it. The gossipers on the gossip side does it. The pro-black side does it. The supposed religious side does it. It's just I don't know. It's just it's a lot of places. It's not just any one side.
Would you say? Can you honestly say that people, rather than going to actually go coping and dealing with their problems, just come here to vibrate their problems with other people, like like misery, like
Yeah.
company. So
Yeah.
rather than actually dealing with it, they will go keep on doing the same thing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
That's true. That's true. And they try to convert other people to their to their cause, no matter how damaging that is.
Let me show you this. Let me show you this. I'm gonna call out BGS, and nigga, you already know who you are with me.
Yeah.
So BGS, let's call it. But this is one of y'all. This is one of y'all master teachers, and I'll give it to y'all. Can run to him like y'all little, like that's your daddy. But your daddy made started two bastard children with baby mamas. How do
Yep.
you clown on?
Facts.
How do you
Facts.
clown? How do you clown on single black women when nigga you made two single black women? And but you're talking about the welfare state problem, but nigga you made two children that were dealing with the state of
And didn't
California.
offer marriage.
But then,
Preach.
but you never thought that one time, out of any time, damn, daddy, you ain't gonna try to put a ring on my mama's hand. You ain't gonna. I'm telling you, kids, we do think this, like, yo, so my mama ain't good enough. You can fuck all these other women, but and speak all this pro-black, heebie-jeebie, Kim, goddamn, the man, I'm
Yeah.
divest. Nigga, now you want to divest after you done fucked and lived your old life, and now you want to move out. Nigga, fuck you, dog. Like, see, this is
Yeah.
the shit I be seeing. See, he's not the only one. I've done seen quite a few of y'all old hermits talk this good shit to young black
That's what
men,
I'm talking about.
and I'll be like, well, damn. And don't worry. Oh, we got some women. Oh, they got some women. You got these
Yeah.
prophets that will tell these women the same thing. I'm like, yo, they done fucked up their life. Now they want you to follow suit. It's like
And
misery.
speaking of black men who give bad advice, I believe Mahogany Roots will be having Obsidian on her show today around 4:30.
Hey,
But
mahogany.
that's exactly the type of bullshit I'm talking about. If you sat there and listened to this man, the way this man has talked about black women for a very long time, I'm talking about he has radicalized quite a few black men against
Yes,
black
he
women.
is.
For you to turn around and host this person and put like a veneer of like credibility on him, like, yeah, you can listen to him. Yeah, you can trust him. He's a good person. When he sat there and said he wanted to see black women die like dogs in the street,
But he's the one that
Yep.
that's the kind of shit I'm talking about. Where you
Well,
can't.
no, I didn't say that to say that
No, no, no,
Mahogany is
no,
wrong. You know,
no, no,
Mahogany
no.
is a
I'm not.
sweet person. She's a sweet
I'm sure.
person.
I'm saying. I'm sure she is. I'm just talking about people like that is the problem that I'm talking about. She can be as sweet as she wants to be, but I'm saying if you did your history and you listen and you know who this man is, that's not someone as a black woman you should have on your show discussing anything. He's never apologized for what he said. And he said this stuff not one time. He said this stuff daily for years. The fact that he's went ahead and harassed and stalked black women for years.
Well,
She can be as sweet as she.
that's actually what Mahogany is doing. Mahogany will have him on her show today if he shows up because he has a history of flaking out, and she is
Yep.
giving black women a chance to address him if they want to.
well,
But I'm
I
saying
mean,
that should not even be happening. He should be doing it on his own channel as a sincere, legitimate apology.
oh, you ain't gonna get
Not
that.
do this
No,
wordsmith
You ain't get
twisting
that.
bullshit.
You ain't
you ain't
getting
gonna
that.
get that from him.
I
No.
know. I know.
But
Opinion.
that you shouldn't have him on the show. That's my point. You
Nah,
know he's not gonna come with that. So don't even try to act like he's gonna be anything than other what he's always shown himself to be.
let me show you. See, the thing about it.
That's chasing views. That's trying to
No,
get attention, and it's
no,
just it ain't worth it to
but just
me. But
I
she runs her own show, so that's cool. But I'm just saying that's not.
get you while you're saying that. But see, here's the thing for some of us that we understand as content creators. Sometimes you gotta let evil just talk, so that way people can hear it for themselves. Sometimes we'll sit there, and me and D or Faith will just sit there, and we're like, "Damn, should we stop them? No, 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 no. Let them ride. We'll be texting them like, let them ride." So that way y'all can hear what they think about you truly. Like, how a drunk man tells you what he really feels, like when he feeling himself, like he just says it all out. And so sometimes you gotta just let people say it, so that way you can say, "Hey, do you remember you said this on this day, that time when you was feeling yourself? Why did you say that?" "Well, I wanted to say that." "Okay, so you felt that way." So now that we know, because sometimes everything comes full circle all the time. That's what I say. Everything comes full circle. You got to be accountable for what you say. You know what I'm saying? But again, you got to ask the question: why are these people like that, and why they have a certain type of following? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And
Well, I mean,
then
I get
also
that,
look at
but there's a
look at these people who interview people that they don't particularly like. Like when what's her name? Gail, when she had to interview R. Kelly. You could see that she didn't particularly care for R. Kelly. But you know, sometimes you interview people and you get the side of the story that everybody needs to hear. You may not particularly like that person, but there
Right.
is that person's side of the story that does need to be heard.
Right.
I mean,
It's the artist.
I get that part, but sometimes there's a difference between letting a drunk man talk and giving the drunk man keys to a giant SUV.
Well, no,
You know what I'm saying? You achieved your goal. You showed everybody who he was, but at what cost?
well,
You
no,
know, that's
it's just the thing about it, like when you interview a serial killer, you know, people want to know why did you feel you needed to do what you did? Why did you do that? It's like it's like sometimes people want to know why did this person. But see, what happens is this: you're going to have somebody who's following down as a disciple of that person, and they think that this person did no wrong, is doing the right thing, that what they did was just. And see, you need to say no. You see what your father did? You can prevent that. I want you to hear what he really thinks about you, your community, you being born from a single mother, you this and that, or you coming out of this certain predicament. Sometimes people need to hear that,
I
but
know, but I'm
sometimes
saying you also interview a serial killer after he's caught in behind bars. You don't go to dinner with him when he's free and after he told you, hey, I killed 30 people. Oh, okay, let me invite you over my house so you can discuss how you felt when you were killing 30 people. There's a time and a
Right,
place for stuff. The
but
nigga has
that's
not apologized. But I'm saying he hasn't apologized for all the damage he's done. He hasn't said, yes, I am wrong.
because
I
he's
should
not
not have done
sorry.
this.
He's not sorry.
But that's why you don't interview him as a black woman. That's my whole point.
Well,
After
look at this.
after the person's
Look at
caught,
this comment
after
from
he's
Love
convicted,
Wisdom.
then you do it.
Look, shout out to Love Wisdom. Look at this comment. She said, "We all know who Obsidian is. However, Mahogany is a sweetheart, and sometimes you got to shine the light on these fools so folks can see the mess in real time." And I agree with what she's saying here. And by the way, guys, I'm gonna get ready to end this stream because Mahogany is live right now, and I want to go over
Okay.
there and support that sister. So, everybody. You can go ahead when you leave this stream. Please go over to Mahogany Roots and support that sister and in her interview. I'm gonna go over and support her. If you have any questions, I mean, she's gonna open up the panel for you guys to hit Obsidian up with your concerns. If Miss J, if you feel like he needs to apologize, hey, now is the time. Go over there to Mahogany Roots. You can challenge him there.
yeah,
I'm good.
drop the
I'm
link.
just saying
Drop the
I've
link.
seen this story before, so I mean I'm good. I don't need to. But I'm like I say, that's her channel. Everybody has their own choice. Go ahead and do it. But I don't. I've heard from this man for many years, and I've heard everything I need to hear from him. I'm good.
I agree with you though, Miss J. I do. He has absolutely nothing to offer, in my opinion, as well.
And the only thing he's trying to do is get attention so that he can go back on his show and talk about, I went ahead and talked to this black woman, and this is what she went ahead and did. And this is what she went ahead and said. So all his haters can be in the chat like, yeah, you went in and showed her. That's what we need. I mean, he's done this, I don't know how many times. And then he ends up stalking you. So, I mean, hopefully she has a good... Never mind. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Well, anyway, as we end this, I'm going to go ahead and ask: does anybody have any final thoughts about this the situation? Well, it wasn't really a topic. Deity was supposed to be up here for the duration, but she flaked out. So,
Yeah.
any final thoughts at all?
Yeah. My
Miss
final
J.
thought.
I'm sorry, Miss J.
No, I was good. It's a good conversation. Just if you happen to go over there, please, whatever you do, don't take the bait. He's gonna bait. He's gonna throw a really big fat one right over the plate. Don't hit it, okay? Just don't, because that's what he does it every time. Don't take the bait.
All right. Well, thank you for coming up, Miss J. I appreciate you, and please do come again, sis.
I will. Thanks.
All right, and I'm gonna move over to BMT. Any final thoughts?
Yeah. Listen, y'all. First off, about the BBN comment, and that really sends me really. I'm not sure how my other BBN associates felt about that, but we don't BS around on BBN. Like literally, we have meetings and stuff, and we take that very seriously. Our content on BBN, we don't attack or do trolling or anything like that. If you don't like the content, hey, you are like BBN is not discriminatory, but if you don't like it, you can leave. And where we literally have content on there for everything from finances, dating. Shout out to Faith for writing the first skit. That is really good. Go check it out. D. Darrell puts out great clinical help to help you with relationships and marriage. So the screen learning. I put out information on tech and different other stuff. Like we're putting out, and shout out to Ray Ray. I think she gets to the politics. A lot of us we're pouring in a lot of stuff into BBN. And that's not trolling. That's literally us just being, as black people, being balanced. So don't hey, y'all might want to go look at the channel because literally, that's how a black channel should be professional wise with black men and women working together. You know, so that statement right there that didn't stick well with me. Shout out to Faith for doing the show. It's good to see you back on, sis. Good to see you back, D. Darrell. Y'all go subscribe to this channel. Love Wisdom is our social media admin. So she sees all the stuff that we put out there, and she'll clean it and check it before it even really hits debut. So y'all gotta understand, y'all. Like we were pretty fair and balanced, and we try to stay fair and balanced, which is hard. I think that's why y'all jump on Faith so much because she has spoken up for black men and black women. She's a black woman that speaks up for y'all. I've seen black men attack her. And the same thing for D. Darrell. That's why I understand. You want black people to have a balance in their diet, but y'all attack those same people who have a balance. That makes no sense. So you guys, let's go over there and support Mahogany. He's a good, sweet individual. But y'all, we got to start having this balance and start counting out this foolishness for what it is.
All right, thanks. That's the BBN founder, BMT. And let me go ahead and move over to D. Darrell, my BBN brother. This is your fault, D. This is all your fault.
My fault. I'm gonna say this, man. This is not the end, Faith. I just want you to understand. Every week is gonna be another scenario like this. In talking to Rudemp plan on doing something later on tonight. I don't know if I'm gonna be able because I'm going out looking for a Christmas tree and some other stuff, so I may go shopping. So I don't know. I'm gonna try to be in there, but I'm not gonna be there in the entirety. We're gonna discuss. We're supposed to be discussing how from a technology standpoint that they were able to do the thing they did on Bernard Riley's show in regards to showing that the person operating as Jessica X was in England and so forth.
Now CK and I did that already on our show. He simulated how that can be done as well. Did? Yeah.
Okay. What show is that? Because I need to reference that show. What show? What was the name of that show?
I'll send you the link, but basically he did the whole simulation. We showed the video, and then he showed a video of himself being somewhere totally different, and how he could be sitting in his house talking over the video, and you would not know that he wasn't there.
Yeah, because I know of a certain way you can do it too, but I definitely wanted to, because it's the way that I was looking at it is a way you can do it off of XSplit, where you can pre-record where you're at and put it in the.
But no, I don't think he did it. I don't think he did an XSplit, but yeah, it was something similar to that. But yeah, you can reference the video. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely reference the video, but I'm gonna see what he didn't tell me exactly what time he's going live. I'm hoping that when he does go live, I'm gonna be available. But whatever time he does, I'm gonna try to at least sneak peek and get in there so I could at least make a comment and talk about things. But but all I gotta say is this, man. Again, I'm gonna repeat: this was not the idea. This was not my idea. This was the idea of the person who is operating as Jessica X, and we obliged. Faith took it upon herself. Faith could have been resting and getting extra sleep. She took it upon herself to deprive herself of a few hours of sleep to do this, and she didn't have to do that. So I definitely want you all to give Faith her props for that, because she was doing this for something because she felt it was important enough to do. I was asked to come in, and I decided to come in, and then it ended up, organically developing into what it ended up developing into. So she left. So this is not going to be the last of this. I predict that she will be on some other people's panels. Deity will be on somebody else's panel, maybe popping up once every 2 weeks or so to say something, and so on. Or she may ask to come back on this channel. I don't know. It all depends. But this is not the last time you're going to hear from Deity. This is not the last time you're going to hear from Jessica X, and so on. She may pop up on Root channel tonight. We don't know. But I'm going to say this, man. You all can take the information. You can make your own opinion about it. And then from there, you make your decision. But I'm going to go, hey, I believe that Jessica X is Deity. Deity is the person that's behind this, and nothing else will convince me. I don't care what tricks of technology that they use. I am not going to believe otherwise unless I see them count up for themselves, period. So appreciate having me on, sis. Look forward to interacting with you in the future.
I think up here by myself. All right. So here is the final thoughts from myself. Okay. I did not reach out to Deity. Deity reached out to me, like D. Darrell said. And like I said, I do like to give everybody their voice. I like to let everybody say in their own words, in their own defense of what they think might have been said wrong about them. So Deity had that opportunity today. Whether or not she was able to articulate how she thought she was done wrong, that remains to be seen. I don't think so. D. Darrell is a very credible person. He, in my opinion, does not go around degrading people or berating them or talking bad on their name. He has not said anything derogatory about Deity ever. He's made some descriptions about her that she probably did not agree with. But I think that at the end of the day, that this was another deflection tactic to kind of deflect away from the whole Camgate thing, because nobody is really buying that performance that she and Jessica X pulled on Rude's live stream. So, it goes to show that, these people are very, very interested, and they have a much vested interest in putting their lies to rest, and they will stop at nothing, I guess, to get what they want. But at any rate, I'm going to go ahead and end this stream because Mahogany Roots has her stream up. She is interviewing the one, the only Notorious Obsidian. And I want to go and I want to support that sister. And I hope that you all reach out and support her as well. So I want to thank everybody that came up here on the panel, Miss J, CK, Screen Learning, the infamous Screen Learning. And you will see more from he and I. We are going to be doing more work together. And BMT, the founder of BBN, and D. Darrell. Deity, I do want to thank her for the little time that she did show up. She wasn't a no-show. She did show up for a split second and give her take on things. So I do appreciate her for at least making a showing. And yeah, I just want to thank everybody that came in here. All of my regulars, Miss China White, for gracing us with her regal appearance. And thank you so much again for the $10 super chat. People, please like the video on the way out, share the video, and remember, you can donate even when I'm not online by simply sending me Cash App to $LadyInTheTruck. All right. With that, I'm going to say peace